Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Siboga TV, which is your number one online political channel. Fred Okengo Matiang'I has actually outsmarted Rigathi Gachagua moves, which actually were aimed to make Fred Okengo Matiang'I to be like a government operative. Because as you all understand, Fred Okengo Matiang'I, from the time he came into this nation and declared that he was going to stop at presidency, late come 2027, it looks like Fred Okengo Rigathi Gachagua thought that it was to be very easy to deal with Fred Okengo Matiang'I. But the truth is that Fred Okengo Matiang'I, he has outsmarted all moves or attempts by Rigathi Gachagua to riddle him in this political field. So that is actually what I want to dissect this evening. But before I dive in and try to dissect all that, I could request you kindly to take a minute and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video a like, share the video to your friends. And whenever you subscribe to our YouTube channel, always remember to hit the notification bell. And by doing all those things, actually, you don't incur anything. But at the same time, you could have helped our YouTube to grow greatly. So my request is, please do all that. And for those ones who have actually subscribed to this YouTube channel and they always keep watching our videos, I say thank you, because you are behind our inspiration to continue coming up with this kind of political analysis. Now, let us dive into the topic. The ways that Fred Okengo Matiang'I has actually outsmarted Rigathi Gachagua. Because as you know, Rigathi Gachagua has always been behaving as if he is the head boy of the opposition in this nation. But he never knew that the person of the likes of Fred Okengo Matiang'I, who he riddled a lot, was going actually to outsmart him in a great way. Remember, immediately Fred Okengo Matiang'I came into this nation, Rigathi Gachagua came from Nairobi to Gusii Nation, and he actually told Fred Okengo Matiang'I that what he needed was actually to have a village party, a tribal party, a party which has its roots from the Gusii Nation. So that he thought that Fred Okengo Matiang'I was to take that idea. But Fred Okengo Matiang'I knew very well, if he was to take a village party, a regional party, then it was going to be so difficult for him to climb the mountain. It was going to be so difficult for him to convince the Kenyans that he was going to stop at the presidency. And therefore, Fred Okengo Matiang'I outsmarted Rigathi Gachagua by surprising him, by actually using a party with a national outlook, the party which has ruled this nation in 10 years, and a party which actually we can say has its roots from Mount Kenya, a party which is being headed by the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and that party is Jubilee. Immediately when Rigathi heard that Matiang'I was going to use Jubilee, they tried to say that Rigathi was a government operative, so that the Kenyans could not trust him any longer. But Fred Okengo Matiang'I had done the right thing. And therefore, again, Rigathi Gachagua tried to separate and to tell Fred Okengo Matiang'I that if you use Jubilee as a political party, then you are not going to be with us in the opposition. We are not going to campaign with you. But Fred Okengo Matiang'I was not scared for that. He said that if that is what you want, I can leave you to do your campaign. I can also start my own campaigns and I can start making my own coalition. And immediately, Fred Okengo Matiang'I went forward and he attended Jubilee NDC, which actually was chaired by the former president, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And immediately after that, he started moving from county to county to see and to open various branches of Jubilee as a political party, and actually to get to know the officials of Jubilee. And he even announced that now, if you never knew which party he actually is going to use, let come 2027. It is Jubilee. It is out. At the same time, Rigathi Gachagua went forward to show Fred Okengo Matiang'I that what you are doing is going to make you fail. And he sent the likes of Ndewa to continue trumpeting that Fred Okengo Matiang'I is a mole of William Samoei Arap Ruto. But immediately, Jeremiah Kioni, who is the Secretary General of Jubilee, also went out and said that it is Rigathi who is the government operative. And that actually countered that. And that was the end of that kind of what? Of fight between these two individuals. And when Rigathi Gachagua found that this man has outsmarted him, that is when he started coming out and saying that the opposition still is one. And they are going to do everything to be together and to produce one candidate. And Rigathi is trying to behave as if he is the father of opposition, which is not the case. And that is why the likes of Edwin Sifuna, they have come out and they have told him, you are not the prefect of the opposition and you should shut off. And if people must look for a criteria to make sure that the opposition is together, to make sure that the opposition is going to have one presidential candidate, then we must come out and have fair criteria that we are going to use. Because from our indications is that Rigathi wants to dictate anything which is happening in the opposition. And that is what Fred Okengo Matiang'I has now countered. And presently, as I am speaking to you, we have around 7 political parties which have actually come to the side of Fred Okengo Matiang'I, and they are giving Fred Okengo Matiang'I a go-ahead to stop at presidency. And those parties have told Fred Okengo Matiang'I that we are going to support you. And what does that mean? Fred Okengo Matiang'I has already a coalition. And therefore, if Rigathi Gachagua will continue saying that we don't need you, then Fred will be very comfortable to have his own coalition. And that will act actually even more negatively to the side of what? To the side of Rigathi. And let me tell you today that the side of Rigathi Gachagua is going to actually separate even more. We have people who are at the side of Rigathi and who are going to move from that side of the Wamunyoro, and they are going to join Matiang'I coalition. Because I'm very sure that Eugene Wamalwa is not very comfortable to be with Rigathi. It's not comfortable at all at all. The only person in the side of Rigathi Gachagua who is comfortable, I can say it is Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. So we are going to have other political party which will decamp from the Wamunyoro side, and they will go to the side of Fred Okengo Matiang'I. And another thing which Fred Okengo Matiang'I has actually outsmarted Rigathi Gachagua is that he is going to have his own campaigns within Mount Kenya, and is not going to involve Rigathi Gachagua. Remember, there is a time before the Rigathi went to United States when Fred Okengo Matiang'I wanted to have a rally probably in Meru, but Rigathi actually said that that one is not going to happen unless I am there, unless I will be there to welcome you. What does that mean? Rigathi Gachagua wanted to have that, to organize that political party, so that even if Fred was to go to that rally, he could look at as an outsider. He could look that it's because of Rigathi Gachagua. That is why that rally is being done. And that could not have Fred Okengo Matiang'I that impact he wanted to cause in Meru. And that is why Fred Okengo Matiang'I is now having his own political rallies. He's arranging his own political rallies within Mount Kenya. And he has also outsmarted Rigathi by actually starting to have his own coalition. And that coalition has very many people from Mount Kenya, the likes of Peter Munya. You have been seeing those photos which have been circulating, where Peter Munya was with Fred Okengo Matiang'I, and at the same time, Natembeya, the governor of Trans Nzoia, was also with Matiang'I. And that video and that photo tells you everything, that Matiang'I is actually making a very well-elaborated network, which actually will use to campaign. Because once he will be going to Meru, he will be having Peter Munya. Once he will go to the side like Kiambu, Kirinyaga, those side within the central Kenya, he will have the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta to show him the way, and the likes of Kioni, they will be there to organize everything. And at the same time, if Fred would like to organize a party in the western part of Kenya, he will have Natembeya, and other people are going to come by, because Jubilee will be made to have a network across this nation. And that is why now Fred Okengo Matiang'I is actually not interested in the campaigns. He is interested of actually making a network, creating a network which he will use to campaign thereafter. And once that network will be of the standard he wants it to be, then he will start a proper campaign across the nation. And that campaign, that network, will help Fred Okengo Matiang'I to have his own political rallies across the nation without actually involving Rigathi Gachagua. And now Rigathi Gachagua is so much scared of that. And that is why now he is appearing to soften his stand. And that's why Rigathi Gachagua is seen to welcome back Fred Okengo Matiang'I into the Wamunyoro group, so that Fred Okengo Matiang'I cannot continue with his plans so that they can continue moving together. Because he has known that once Fred Okengo Matiang'I is going to start his own campaigns across the nation, then he is going to move every corner of the republic, including Mount Kenya as a region. And once he will move there as a person, as the leader of that side of a coalition, then the people will start associating with him. He will reach to the people, he will reach to the citizen, and that will be very dangerous for Rigathi Gachagua, who feels that he is the kingpin of Mount Kenya. And that is why he's trying to do all he can to stop Fred Okengo Matiang'I doing that. But Fred Okengo Matiang'I has already outsmarted him. So, in summary, Fred Okengo Matiang'I outsmarted Rigathi by actually coming into the political arena using a party with a national outlook. Fred Okengo Matiang'I has actually outsmarted Rigathi by actually coming up with a proper network which he will use to start his own campaigns. And he has also outsmarted Rigathi Gachagua by the message of hope he's delivering to the people of Kenya, by the way he's speaking to the people of Kenya. Remember, Fred has come out and he has told what he wants to do to the Kenyans. He has said, I really don't want big seats. I have not come to get a job. I have not come because I want money, but I have come to create a mess which has been created in this nation. I have come to make sure that Kenya as a nation, it must go towards the right direction so that the citizen of this nation will benefit. So the way Fred Okengo Matiang'I is actually giving that message of hope to the Kenyans, the way he's delivering his speech, his ideas to the Kenyans, actually outsmarted the way Rigathi Gachagua is doing his thing. Because Rigathi Gachagua is just coming up with what we call empty rhetorics. And Kenyans have already known that. So, on your own thinking, do you think Fred Okengo Matiang'I has actually outsmarted Rigathi Gachagua? Please drop your comment in the comment section below. And if this was your first time to bump into this YouTube channel, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, give this video a like, share the video to your friends. And actually, once you do that, it is for free, but you could have helped this YouTube so much to grow. And with that, I say thank you. May God bless you all abundantly until we meet in our next political discussion. Goodbye.